it.
Right.
There we go. Okay.
Yep,
Yes.
got it? Yes.
Come in. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to do it because I don't have any way to do. We have the. This is our library's. I need to get the library card out because we have a. It has its own special library card, so we don't have to burn one of our checkouts. We only allow 5 checkouts at a time. But the Overdrive Media Console is. It will allow you to download EPUBs and it will allow you to download MP3 audiobooks, and we have some of those. The MP3 collection is much smaller than the WMA collection because they just started that about a year and a half ago, about the time that we were going, and they were at the time WMAs would not work on Apple devices, and this was kind of their in run around Apple. They went back to the publishers and said, "Can you give us MP3 files so that we work on Apple devices?" And a few publishers agreed. So you can choose Get Books. And our library website is actually saved. You just click on Add a Website. And you can browse for a library by postal code, by name. The name search is a little iffy because it auto-corrects. If you know anything about Apple autocorrect, you know that it will give you something funky almost every time. And so I'm going to cancel this because I'm going to go to our downloadable library site. Any minute now. I'm sure it's going to go there.
Now, did you say you could check out the iPad?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. Okay.
No. This belongs to, we actually bought this and a couple of Nooks.
Okay.
So we could learn. And so we could maybe follow along with the patron on the phone and say, okay, try
Okay.
this.
Okay.
Yeah. And it brings up the library website. And the nice thing about this is that it only shows you items that will work on this device. So it's not giving you the WMA titles. That's a big problem that we've had with people who were, maybe they thought that they were checking out an ebook and they got a WMA audiobook and they wanted us to turn it in early for them, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
can't. It doesn't work. And so you can go to my downloadable. You can log in and you can see what you've got checked out, place holds. You can do all of that here. The only thing you can't do on the iPad that you can do on the main website, when you're checking something out on the main website, you can choose either 7 days or 14 days. On the iPad, it's the default checkout. Whatever you designated as your default checkout, that's the only choice. The ebooks, as Laura mentioned, they can be downloaded and they can actually be returned early if you finish it before your checkout period. That's not the case here. So if you check out an ebook on an Apple device directly, then you have it for 14 days or whatever your default is, because they have not added that. I actually sent them an email asking, can you not do this? And they said, no, we hope to add that eventually. They actually upgraded the app yesterday, and I was hoping that would be one of the upgrades, and that was not. So they're still working on that, I guess. I hope they're working on that, because that's a really nice feature. Libraries. So now it's showing me my bookshelf, and this is what book we have checked out right now on this. And I've actually got it already downloaded on here. But if it were not downloaded, I could press the download button at that point, and it would take over and it would download it, and it will just be there.
How long does it take?
Depends on your connection. I was doing this at work yesterday and it went like that because we have a really good network at work. At home, the ebooks take maybe, and I usually do it on my laptop because I have a Nook at home, and it usually takes about maybe 10 to 20 seconds. Yeah. The ebooks themselves are very small files. Audiobooks, on the other hand, once you actually get it downloaded, then if you want to transfer it to an Apple device, it can take at least as long to transfer it to an Apple device as it does to actually download it on a DSL connection. And that's because it's actually converting it to an AAC file as it's transferring over to your Apple device. So, yeah, it's a little cumbersome, and that's one of the problems with the Overdrive's download stations that we were testing one the other day, and it took 40 minutes to get an audiobook downloaded.
And that's what is that pretty fast? I mean, most current system, what is it running? Windows 7 or Vista? Or?
The computer, well, my personal computer is a Vista laptop. The computer that we were running the download station tests on was Windows 7, I think.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure that we can figure out a way to make it a little faster, but our IT people are working on that. I'm not IT by any stretch of the imagination. Somehow I'm doing tech support for a computer program. I haven't figured that one out yet either. But
Are some people using the iPad as the reader?
yes,
Okay.
and that's what they're doing here. That's what this is doing.
But is that like, I mean, because I know between the Kindle and the Nook, you've got does that have the e-ink?
No, this is not e-ink. This is backlit.
So it's like reading the computer, like computer screen?
Yes,
Okay.
right. So it's not as comfortable.
Right, right.
You know. But then again, they also have the Nook Color, which is also backlit,
Right.
like this. And a lot of people are using it to read on.
Makes it great at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can't sleep. You don't have to wake up early. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the book is here, and you just touch it, and there's the book.
Yeah.
And you can adjust the size. You just swipe through, just like Apple devices. Just
Because I know, I'm sorry.
Sorry, that's the exact same process on an iPhone also.
Right.
Yes.
I was going to say, I have that on my iPhone and I can read for a little while, but not long.
right. Yeah, I have one of the free Project Gutenberg titles downloaded onto my phone, just so I'll have emergency reading material if I'm stuck in line somewhere. But I usually end up playing Sudoku instead. So.
But what I like about having the Kindle app on my iPhone, I have a Kindle. If I'm reading on my phone, when I get home, it automatically syncs up, catches up to where I've read. It's so nice.
That's a nice feature that Kindle
is.
you know.
Yeah.
They have really, in a lot of ways, for e-reading, they have been leading the way in a lot of the cool things.
Yeah.
Kindle's gotten there first.
Yeah.
They say the same thing with Google Books. If you're reading on your computer and you stop in a place and then you open it up in your phone, it will be in the same place.
Nice.
And so that you're able to, on all of your different devices, stay where you are, rather than on occasion when you're doing an MP3 file type audiobook and you hit the wrong button and all of a sudden you go back to the front of the book and you have to kind of phone your way back. If you don't have bookmarking, which Net Library used to not bookmark a lot of their stuff, and so it was a luck of the draw that you didn't push the wrong button and end up at the beginning of the book again.
On the Kindle app, are you waiting for me?
Sorry.
I'll buy a book and put on my iPad, and then my husband will take the same book and put on his iPad. We read the same book together. Whoever's farthest along, when I open mine up, it'll say, it'd be a Wallace ASUN is at page 140. Do you want to jump to that page? And you say, no, I want to get my page. It'll keep up with different readers on different devices.
The next thing that you need to know about this is that once the title expires on here and it's no longer checked out to you, the next time you open up the media console on your iPad, it will tell you that there are titles that need to be deleted, and you just agree, and it wipes them off for you.
Does the Overdrive app for the iPad have the two-page display like Apple Books do?
I don't think so.
No.
I've not seen that.
I
It's
kinda like
pretty
it.
basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's new, and for a long time you couldn't read ebooks at all on the iPad. It's just a in the last few months that they've had the capability. Before then, you could only do audiobooks.
Or Kindle.